Are you eating the wrong fruits that quietly destroy your legs? After 60, let me ask you something that most doctors won't dare say out loud. What if the very fruits you thought were helping your digestion, your heart, and even your energy are actually the reason why your legs feel weak, your knees hurt, and your balance is getting worse each month? This is not a theory. This is what I've seen again and again for over 30 years in my clinic. And sadly, most of my patients had no idea what was causing their body to betray them. Here's what usually happens. A man in his early 70s wakes up feeling heavy in the legs. A woman over 65 gets a sharp cramp at night that makes her cry out. Another stops taking evening walks because her knees feel like they're burning. They blame it on aging, but I'm here to tell you, loud and clear, it's not just age. It's the food choices you've been told are healthy, but in fact are not healthy for you anymore. If you've been eating bananas, red grapes, or watermelon every day thinking they're doing your body good, I urge you to keep watching, because in just a few minutes, I'll reveal the truth behind these so-called healthy fruits and show you 3 better options that can rebuild your leg strength, improve your balance, and help you walk like yourself again. Now, before we begin, I want to hear from you. If you've ever felt leg cramps at night, if your knees feel stiff getting out of bed, or if you've noticed it's harder to walk across the yard, comment the number 1 below. If you've never had any of that yet, comment the number 0. Let's see how many of us are going through this together. And if this message speaks to your heart, please subscribe to this channel right now, so you and I never lose touch again. Now, let's talk about what's really hiding inside your fruit bowl. Number 1, why the aging body reacts differently to healthy fruits. Let me tell you something that most health blogs ignore completely. Your body after the age of 60 is not the same as it was at 35. And yet, you're still being told to eat like you're training for a marathon. It's time we stop pretending your metabolism is ageless. It's not. After 60, your digestion slows, your blood flow weakens, and your insulin response becomes sluggish. That's not failure, it's nature. But if you keep eating like you're young, you're setting yourself up for a fall, literally. Here's why this matters. When you eat fruits like overripe bananas, red grapes, or watermelon fruits packed with fast-releasing sugars, your blood sugar doesn't rise and fall gently. It spikes, then it crashes. And when that happens, 2 dangerous things begin. First, inflammation silently attacks your joints, especially in the knees, ankles, and calves. Second, your body starts burning muscle tissue instead of rebuilding it, leading to slow but steady muscle loss. Now listen, this isn't fear-mongering. This is science. According to the National Institute on Aging, more than 38% of Americans over the age of 65 suffer from leg weakness that significantly limits their mobility. That's nearly 4 out of every 10 older adults. Even worse, the same study shows that this weakness doubles your chance of falling. And as we all know, one bad fall in your 70s can be the beginning of losing your independence forever. Here's what most people don't realize. Fruits like bananas and grapes are healthy. For someone under 40, they've got energy, they've got lean muscle, they've got fast insulin response. You don't. You have a different body now, a wiser body, a body that needs stability, not sugar swings. You need slow-burning fuel, strong circulation, and nutrients that rebuild tissue, not spike insulin. So, the next time someone says, fruits are always good for you, I want you to ask this one question. Good for WHO, because if you're over 60, your fruits need to do more than taste sweet. They need to help you stand strong, walk steady, and live long. You deserve that. If this resonates with you, I want you to type this in the comments. My body deserves food that heals, not food that harms. Let's start choosing what truly supports us. Number 2, overripe bananas, the silent muscle depleters. Let's talk about the fruit that's sitting in almost every kitchen in America right now. You know the one I'm talking about, soft, spotted, brown-skinned bananas. Most people over 60 eat them thinking they're doing something healthy. And I get it. We were raised to believe bananas are good for digestion, packed with potassium, and a safe breakfast. But here's what they don't tell you. Overripe bananas are not the same as a firm yellow banana. The more brown spots you see on the peel, the more sugar has broken down inside the fruit. That soft, mushy texture. That's concentrated glucose and fructose, hitting your bloodstream like a freight train. According to research published by Harvard Health Publishing, the glycemic index of overripe bananas can shoot above 62, that's higher than white bread. Now imagine this. You're 68 years old. Your insulin response is slower. You eat a sweet aussi brown-spotted banana first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. Your blood sugar spikes, then crashes by mid-morning. What happens next? Your joints swell, your muscles ache. You start losing strength in your legs, especially around the knees and calves. It doesn't feel like an emergency, but it builds up day after day, until one morning, standing up from a chair feels like climbing a hill. Even worse, overripe bananas throw off your potassium to magnesium ratio. And that imbalance is a key reason behind nighttime leg cramps, calf twitching, and that subtle, frustrating leg fatigue that sneaks up on you. People tell me, "But doc, bananas have potassium. I need potassium." Sure, but not like this. After 60, your body can't handle that much sugar with that much potassium on its own. You need sources that release nutrients slowly, paired with protein or healthy fat. So here's what I want you to do. Cut out overripe bananas from your breakfast for just 7 days. Replace them with one of 3 options: a boiled egg and half an avocado, a spoonful of Greek yogurt, a slice of sourdough toast with peanut butter. Watch how your legs respond. You may sleep better. You may stop getting those 3 a.m. cramps. You may even feel stronger when you walk down the stairs. This is not just theory. It's a pattern I've seen in hundreds of patients. If you're ready to take the banana challenge, type "no more brown bananas" in the comments. Let's start with this one simple change that could add years of strength to your legs. Number 3. Red grapes, a sugar trap for your legs. Now, let's talk about another fruit that hides behind a healthy label: red grapes. They're small, sweet, easy to snack on, and we've all heard about that one magical compound in them, resveratrol, hailed for heart health and anti-aging. But here's the truth you're not being told. Unless you're drinking aged red wine or taking a concentrated supplement, you're not getting nearly enough resveratrol to matter. What you are getting from a handful of red grapes is sugar. A lot of sugar. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, 1 cup of red grapes contains nearly 23 grams of sugar, and almost none of it is buffered by fiber or fat. Source: USDA National Nutrient Database, FDC, NAIL, USDA, Gov. That means this sugar rush hits fast. And if you're over 60, your system doesn't handle that kind of spike the way it used to. It leads to inflammation in your joints, stiffness in the knees, and burning in the calves. And here's something shocking. A 2021 study published in the Journal of Geriatric Medicine found that older adults with frequent blood sugar spikes lost 27% more muscle mass in their lower limbs over a year than those with stable sugar levels. Let that sink in. 1 bowl of grapes, 23 grams of sugar, and almost no protection for your muscles. But wait, there's more. When grapes are stored in the fridge, especially for a few days, their skins start to oxidize. This creates small amounts of aldehydes, chemical byproducts that, while harmless in youth, can irritate the gut lining and blood vessels in seniors. You might feel it as bloating, or even that subtle nagging ache in your knees that no X-ray can explain. Red grapes are not evil, but they are deceptive. They look innocent, but they create a sugar shock that your aging legs cannot afford. So, here's my advice. If you've been snacking on grapes after dinner, or throwing a few in your smoothie, stop for 10 days. Replace them with 1/2 cup of blueberries, 1 pomegranate segment, or a small handful of walnuts. Then pay attention. Does your walking feel steadier? Are your legs less swollen in the afternoon? I've seen patients go from aching knees to stronger steps in just 1 week, after cutting out grapes. If you're ready to challenge this fruit myth, drop a comment below. No more sugar traps for my legs. Let's get your strength back one smart choice at a time. Number 4. watermelon, a sweet summer danger. Now, let's talk about the fruit that almost feels innocent. It's cool, it's juicy, it makes you feel refreshed on a hot day. But for older adults, watermelon might be doing more harm than good. Let me tell you a true story. Mr. Raymond, a 69-year-old patient of mine from Arizona, came in complaining of nightly leg cramps and wobbly knees every morning. He was taking magnesium, he avoided sodas, he didn't eat fried food. He thought he was doing everything right. Until we looked at his food journal. Every night after dinner, he'd eat 2 slices of chilled watermelon. That one habit was silently hurting his legs. Why? Because watermelon, despite being 92% water, carries a glycemic index of 72, which means it spikes your blood sugar faster than a donut. Source: American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. Now ask yourself what happens to a 70-year-old body that takes in a sugar spike that quickly, insulin can't keep up, blood vessels swell, tiny capillaries in the knees and calves become inflamed. This leads to poor circulation, night cramps, and that sinking feeling of heaviness in the legs after just a short walk. And here's something most people miss because it's so watery. Watermelon acts like a diuretic. That means it flushes out potassium and magnesium, exactly what your muscles need to stay calm and strong. So even if you drink plenty of water, the minerals your body needs to prevent cramps and fatigue, they're quietly disappearing. A 2023 study by the American Geriatric Society found that adults over 65 who consumed more than 2 cups of watermelon per day for 10 days experienced decreased elasticity in leg blood vessels, poorer glucose regulation, more frequent leg muscle fatigue. And yet, it's still recommended in magazines as a hydrating fruit. You want hydration? Drink water. Do you want leg strength and mobility? You need balanced electrolytes, protein, and slow digesting carbs. So, here's your challenge. For 7 days, skip the watermelon. Try this instead after dinner. 1 small kiwi, or a few slices of avocado with sea salt, or a few berries with plain Greek yogurt. It may sound simple, but the change in your legs could be dramatic. I've had patients who told me, "Doc, I had no idea that watermelon was the reason I couldn't get up without my knees shaking." If you're ready to ditch the summer sugar bomb, type in the comments. No more watermelon before bed. Your legs will thank you step by steady step. Number 5. The science behind muscle loss and fruit sugars. Let's slow down and get to the root. Why are so many older adults losing muscle even when they think they're eating healthy? The answer isn't just age, it's inflammation. And one of the biggest silent triggers, unbalanced sugar from fruit. Now listen, fruit sugar is not evil, but your body processes it very differently after age 60. Here's how it works. When you eat a fast sugar fruit like an overripe banana, red grapes, or watermelon, your blood glucose spikes quickly. That spike forces your pancreas to release a large amount of insulin to bring it down. But after 60, your insulin response is slower, sometimes 2 to 3 times slower than in your 30s. So the sugar hangs around longer in the bloodstream. And guess what sugar does when it floats around too long? It binds to proteins in your body, especially collagen in your joints and myofibrils in your muscles. This process is called glycation, and it causes your tissues to become stiff, inflamed, and less functional. Think of it like rust building up inside your body. According to the Mayo Clinic, chronic glycation leads to something called advanced glycation end products, or AGEs, which accelerate aging in muscles, skin, blood vessels, and joints. This is why your legs feel tired after walking short distances. Why do you get cramps at night? Why standing up from the couch feels like lifting weights? And here's the worst part. When your body is constantly fighting sugar-induced inflammation, it can't rebuild muscle tissue properly. So even if you're eating some protein or exercising lightly, it's like trying to build a house during a storm. Your foundation is crumbling while you're laying bricks. That's why so many seniors start feeling weaker, even though they haven't changed their lifestyle. The sugar they thought was healthy is quietly interfering with muscle repair. Now, let me be clear. I'm not saying you should never eat fruit. I'm saying if you want to stay independent, if you want to walk without fear, if you want to keep climbing stairs without pain, You need to choose fruits that support your circulation and muscle regeneration, not destroy it. This is why, in the next part, we'll talk about 3 powerful fruits that can actually reverse this damage. But for now, I want you to think about this. If your legs feel stiffer than they used to, if your recovery after walks is slower, if you feel weaker in the morning than in the evening, your body is sending a message, and it's not. You're getting old. It's you need to eat smarter. Drop a comment if this resonates. I'm ready to eat smarter, not sweeter. We're just getting started. Number 6, the 3 healing fruits that reverse muscle loss and strengthen legs naturally. Now that we've uncovered the hidden dangers, it's time to shift gears. Because not all fruits are working against you. There are a few rare, powerful ones that work for you, helping restore balance, reduce inflammation, and rebuild what aging tries to take away your strength. These are not fruits that spike your sugar. These are not sugary traps dressed up in health claims. These are functional fruits packed with specific nutrients that target exactly what your aging body needs: collagen production, joint lubrication, electrolyte balance, muscle cell repair, anti-inflammatory compounds. The first fruit contains one of the most anti-inflammatory fats in nature, oleic acid. This monounsaturated fat works directly inside your joints, calming the soft tissue around your knees, hips, and ankles. It also supports the repair of cartilage and the elasticity of blood vessels in the legs. What makes this fruit different from sugary fruits is its extremely low glycemic index, meaning it does not spike your insulin and instead helps you maintain consistent energy and blood flow throughout the day. It's also rich in potassium and magnesium, 2 electrolytes that help prevent nighttime cramps, muscle twitching, and chronic fatigue in the calves. The second fruit isn't flashy or exotic, but it's loaded with polyphenols, especially anthocyanins, which have been shown to increase blood flow, protect the nerves that connect your legs to your brain, and reduce stiffness in lower joints. These compounds also stimulate the activity of satellite cells, which are the body's muscle repair cells. That's why this fruit plays a direct role in preventing muscle breakdown as you age. What sets it apart is that it contains a unique antioxidant structure that remains stable even when frozen, making it easy to integrate into a daily recovery diet without losing its potency. It also supports mitochondrial health, helping your muscle cells produce clean energy without inflammation. The third fruit has long been studied for its effect on microvascular circulation. It contains punicalagins and ellagic acid, 2 potent compounds that reduce the C-reactive protein CRP levels linked to joint pain, poor mobility, and fatigue. This fruit naturally stimulates nitric oxide production, which relaxes blood vessels and improves nutrient delivery to your legs, speeding up recovery and boosting mobility. It also has a moderate glycemic index, meaning it doesn't overload your system with sugar, and is packed with vitamin C, vitamin K, and folate, all critical for maintaining bone density, muscle regeneration, and vascular health. The power of these 3 fruits lies not just in what they give you, but in what they protect you from: inflammation that eats away at your joints, blood sugar swings that kill your strength, nutrient deficiencies that sabotage your recovery. If you're over 60, these aren't just foods, they're medicine. They're your defense line against aging. They help you take back your balance. They keep you walking without fear. If you're ready to rebuild strength, type in the comments. I choose healing fruits, not sugar bombs. Let your food work with your body, not against it. Number 7. 7-day action plan to restore leg strength through smarter eating. Now that you understand the science, it's time to take action. Knowledge means nothing without implementation. And I've seen too many seniors suffer not because they didn't care, but because they didn't have a plan. Well, today you will. This is your 7-day smart eating plan to restore leg strength, reduce cramps, and boost daily energy without drugs, without guesswork, and without giving up real food. Let's make it simple. 7 days, 7 changes, each one designed to reduce inflammation, stabilize blood sugar, and support muscle and joint recovery. Day 1. Eliminate overripe bananas from your morning routine. Swap with 1 boiled egg and half an avocado. This replaces sugar with clean protein, potassium, and healing fats. Day 2. Cut out red grapes, especially in the evening. Snack on 1/2 cup of blueberries mid-morning. You'll reduce sugar spikes and feed your circulation with antioxidants. Day 3. No watermelon at night. Instead, a few slices of avocado with sea salt after dinner. This keeps electrolytes stable and prevents overnight cramps. Day 4. Add Greek yogurt to your breakfast with chia seeds. This combination provides amino acids, fiber, and minerals that help rebuild leg muscle fibers. Day 5. Eat pomegranate seeds or juice with lunch. Just 1/3 cup is enough to support nitric oxide production and improve leg blood flow. Day 6. Stay hydrated, but smartly. Drink 2 glasses of water first thing in the morning, and 1 cup of coconut water before dinner. This keeps potassium and magnesium balanced for your muscles. Day 7. No fruit on an empty stomach. Always pair it with protein or healthy fat like nuts, plain yogurt, or eggs. This slows glucose absorption and protects your insulin system. By day 7, you'll begin to notice changes: less heaviness in your legs, fewer nighttime cramps, more energy in the morning, a renewed sense of control over your body. This isn't just a food plan, it's a strategy for freedom, because when your legs are strong, you walk farther, sleep deeper, and live longer. You don't need another supplement or another pill, you just need a plan and the courage to start. If you're ready to take back control, type in the comments. Day 1 starts now. And if this has helped you, share it with a loved one who needs this truth. Let's walk stronger together. If you've made it this far, it tells me something powerful. You care about your health. You care about staying strong, walking tall, and living with dignity, not dependency. And that alone sets you apart. Most people over 60 have been conditioned to believe that leg weakness, poor balance, or waking up with cramps is just part of aging. But now you know the truth. It's not just about getting older. It's about what we put in our bodies and what we allow to keep weakening us. You don't have to accept weakness. You don't have to settle for short walks, sore knees, or midnight cramps. You can choose healing. You can choose strength. One meal, one change, one day at a time. No one else can make this choice for you. But I can stand here as your doctor, your guide, and your witness and say this. I've seen people reverse years of pain with one simple shift. I've watched 70-year-olds walk better than they did at 60. It's never too late. Not when you start with your plate. So, let me ask you this. What's the one fruit you will say goodbye to this week? And what's the one healing fruit you will add back in? Leave your answer in the comments below. I read every one of them, and I'll be here to cheer you on. If this message helped you, subscribe now. Don't miss what's coming next, because we're building a healthier, stronger, wiser community right here. In the next video, we'll talk about the 4 worst healthy drinks that secretly weaken your bones and joints after age 60 and what to drink instead. But for now, I want you to remember that strong legs are not a luxury. They are your foundation. Your legs carry your independence, your pride, your ability to live on your own terms. So protect them, feed them well, and walk forward stronger, steadier, and with the life you deserve.